been searching for the perfect 5-bedroom home in the Spanish Springs area? If so, you're going to want to check out this move-in ready home at the Harris Ranch community by Toll Brothers, just under 3,900 square feet, and is currently priced at $874,000 with a $40,000 incentive that you can use to take off the price for closing costs or even an interest rate buy down or a combination of those few options. If you're new to the channel, my name is David Tully and I am your go-to resource for Reno, Sparks, and Northern Nevada real estate. And if you're thinking about buying, selling, investing, or possibly relocating to Sparks, Nevada, I'd love to help. All my information is down below. All right, today we're going to be touring this quick move-in Kingham floor plan at the Harris Ranch community by Toll Brothers. This is a 5-bedroom, 4-bath home with a 3-car garage at just under 3,900 square feet. And this home is priced at $874,000 with a $40,000 incentive, which is a pretty awesome deal for such a big home and 5-bedroom option. All right, so right as we make our way through the main entryway, you can see a nice neutral LVP flooring throughout the home. This is significantly upgraded throughout the home, and I'll show you why in just a second. Over here to the right, this 5¼ baseboard is an upgrade, although I think it should be a standard option. I paid for these baseboards in my Toll Brothers home, but it looks a lot cleaner, so I think it's worth it. You can always do it after the fact, but this is a quick move-in home, so what you see is what you get. This knockdown paint texture right here is a standard option with just about every builder in town. And then over here, as you can see right here in this great room, that is typically carpet as standard by Toll Brothers. So adding this additional LVP over there is an upgrade. You typically get some of the best value with quick move-in or move-in ready homes with Toll Brothers because they put in all the upgrades themselves and then they reduce the price and offer some incentives until they get it sold. So over here, got a nice coat closet or Harry Potter closet, however you want to look at it. I do feel like, yeah, they're missing something for the coat rack though, but still a nice storage area. Over here, just down the hall, you have that same LVP in that great room, entryway, and all the bathrooms. And then you got some nicely upgraded cabinets here in this bathroom, Pidgeotto countertops, and then you have a chrome faucet here by Kohler, and then a Kohler sink. And then this is a walk-in shower. This is an upgraded option. I believe this comes standard as a tub shower combo or a tub shower insert. So making this a walk-in shower is a structural option and an upgrade. Looks really nice. They have this is probably a standard 12x12 tile, but overall they did put in a frameless glass door and it still looks really clean in my opinion. I feel like a walk-in shower works much better in these small spaces versus a tub shower combo. And over here is going to be your first secondary bedroom, but I really love having at least one bedroom on the main floor of a 2-story home, whether it's the primary or not. You do have carpets in the bedroom, and then this room does not have a light, but it has a pre-wire for a ceiling fan or a ceiling light. And you have a half-watt outlet in the corner. That just means you can plug in a lamp or something in, I believe, the top outlet, and then it's controlled by one of those switches. I have a few in my own Toll Brothers home. Over here, you got a standard coat closet setup. Let's take a look in this nice great room and kitchen. So I will say is a lot of these electrical options and light options are upgrades. I had to pay for an additional 4 lights in my Toll Brothers home, and I think I spent anywhere between $1,800 and $2,000. I agree it's kind of expensive, but there are a lot of upgrades in this home, which is what I want to tell you. And then also, when this community was built, it was a certain distance away that was too far from a fire station. So you do have fire sprinklers in this home, and I would recommend getting it inspected once a year. Over here, you have an outlet on the wall and a Smurf tube, so you can mount your TV here and hide the cables. Put a nice entertainment center there, accent piece. You could do a lot of fun stuff with this area. So one thing too, you need a budget for when buying a brand new home, I'm sure you're aware of, but you need window coverings, a refrigerator, and a washer and dryer. But wow, check out this great room. This great room is massive. So you have a ton of space here for your living area. Got plenty of space in the middle for a nice sized dining area. And then this is one of, I believe, 2 or 3 zones. I think there's 3 zones in this home. So you're gonna have at least 2 or 3 Ecobees throughout the home. And this is just kind of an additional area. You're gonna have to figure out something nice to put here. Maybe an additional storage area, pantry, I'm not sure. But over here, I believe in the model, they had some counter space and cabinets, and they had some dog bowls underneath. Over here, you got the beautifully upgraded kitchen. So this whole kitchen is upgraded. Standard countertop at most Toll Brothers communities are granite countertops. These are a beautifully upgraded quartz, which I would highly recommend. I upgraded to a quartz, which was a little less busy than this, but I mean, this is still a really nice quartz countertop in my opinion. Just a little busy for my taste. This backsplash is gonna be an upgrade. These cabinets are 42-inch cabinets. They're full overlay and it has handles. So this whole kitchen is upgraded. You got the beautiful KitchenAid option here, which comes with a gas stove, dishwasher, and then you have your double ovens there, and then you have a microwave there. And then if you're gonna buy a refrigerator for this home, which of course you will if you buy it, you're gonna probably wanna get a counter depth fridge so it's not sticking out too far. That's just my opinion, but you can do whatever you like. Over here, you got a decent sized pantry, which is why I would also use maybe some of that space over there to put some additional storage, or you could even put something right here, but this is probably more of a coat rack or a mini mudroom because it's right next to the garage. So probably not a pantry here, but maybe some additional storage in there if you'd like. It looks like they got the security system option. And then we're gonna show you this nice 3-car garage. So Toll Brothers is one of a few builders in town that actually paints the garage, puts in trim, and makes it look nice. Which, like I said, it's only 2 or 3 builders in town that do that. Got some additional storage area here. Could put some really nice shelving here. That'd be awesome. You got a tankless water heater, which is really nice, but I would also recommend getting a water filtration system or even an RO system because we do have harder water in the Spanish Springs area. Got your man door right here. Goes out to your, wow, massive side yard. I would definitely put in a shed. And here's the rest of your 3-car garage. And over here is gonna be your irrigation control for your sprinklers or drip system. Then you have an electrical sub panel here that'll control a lot of pieces in the home. I'll take you out back and show you this gorgeous backyard. And this is just to give you an idea. This is also gonna be one of your biggest expenses when buying a brand new construction home, whether it's through Toll Brothers or not, is gonna be landscaping your backyard because no builder in town landscapes the backyard unless they're having a really difficult time selling the home, but 99% of the time they don't landscape it. Over here, you still got some nice side yard. What I really like about this community is you're not right on top of each other. You have a little bit of breathing room between homes. Got a nice big fence here, really good size yard. This backyard's easily gonna be north of 50K, probably 50 to 100K and more, depending on what you wanna do. But you got plenty of room back here if you wanted to put in a pool. And if you were to put in a pool, I'd probably double that budget to $100,000 to $200,000 at least. $100,000 to $200,000 for a pool and doing the backyard. This is a really massive yard. And over here, you got a composition shingle roof because they say that's better for our climate. A stucco exterior. You have a gas stub here, weatherproof outlet right here. Then you have a hose bib right next to the man door. I'll take you back through the rest of the home. Once again, you got this beautiful great room. Got the same LVP flooring on the staircase, which looks really nice. Very easy to clean. Whether you want to mop or use a Swiffer, makes it really easy. As you can see, you still got a nice loft area here. It's not too big, but still a good sized area. Over here to the right, got another secondary bedroom, and you do have carpet upstairs in these bedrooms, which I prefer. I actually have carpet in all my bedrooms and LVP in the entire great room, walkways, and kitchen and bathrooms. What's really nice about this one too is it's an ensuite. Got that same LVP flooring here, nicely upgraded cabinets, same countertops, Kohler faucet and sink. And then this is one of their standard options for a tub shower insert. A little bit cheaper, but very easy to maintain. Good for guests, good for kids. And here's the rest of that room. This room's a little bit smaller. Once you get into the actual room area, probably a 10 by 11 or so, but having this additional room or this walkway from the door to the bathroom, which is really nice. Standard closet here. Get another view of this nice loft. Still plenty of room to put a couch, TV, maybe a nice workout area. And then what's really nice is they still put the outlets and the Smurf tube there with, I don't actually see the Ethernet port. They usually have an Ethernet port and coax. You have another zone, so you have another Ecobee thermostat. Over here to the right, we're gonna check out these Jack and Jill bedrooms. Once again, you have carpet in this bedroom, a standard closet, and although the room is typically back here, it just feels really nice having this extra space with the closet at front because it doesn't feel like the bedrooms are so close to each other. So this is probably an 11 by 10, 11 by 12, not a bad size room. And then you have a half hot there, which I mentioned you can control by one of the outlets by the door. And then you have a ceiling fan, ceiling light pre-wire. Once again, you need window coverings. I really like this brown cabinet color choice. Looks really good with this flooring. Once again, the same Piedrafina countertops, Kohler sink and faucet. It's kind of weird though. They have like a brush nickel here and then they have a chrome here. So I don't know, looks a little off, but once again, that's me nitpicking, but it's really nice in this Jack and Jill setup having one vanity with a door. I have a 2-story home in Damani where we have a Jack and Jill setup, and I really like it because if you have a guest taking a shower and your vanities are in the same area, somebody can't wash their face, brush their teeth, get ready, but with having a door separating it and just the toilet and the shower being in the middle, I think it's nice in my opinion. I'm kind of a fan of a Jack and Jill setup, but maybe it's because I have a son and we're thinking of another kid, but who knows. Over here, got that same tub shower insert, definitely cheaper, but great for guests, good for kids. Just make sure when you close on it that they don't seal this weep hole underneath because you actually need that to not be caulked or sealed. Just like a typical shower has weep holes. Over here, you got another vanity, same Piedrafina countertops. And here's another good sized room. This one's probably a 12 by 12 or so. Looks like a really good sized space. Once again, got a half hot and a ceiling light or fan pre-wire. And over here, I think you have a slight walk-in closet. Yes, got a nice walk-in closet here. And last but not least, we're gonna take you through the primary bedroom, which is my favorite space. But over here, you also have a laundry room, which you have a nice amount of counter space, good cabinets, same LVP flooring here as you have in the loft. And then you have your attic access in the laundry. And then same thing, they just left it as a gas dryer setup, no electric dryer. You can call an electrician if you'd like. Over here, you got a nice linen closet, which is really nice because you have a ton of storage here, but it's always nice to have your own separate dedicated linen closet for all those sheets and towels for your guests or kids. Over here, you got the primary bedroom, which is a really, really good size. You got some nicely upgraded carpet. And then these 4-can lights are an upgrade in the master, which I paid around $1,800 to $2,000 for in my Toll Brothers home. Not sure what it was here, but that's just to give you an idea. So there are a ton of upgrades in this home. Once again, you still have a ceiling light pre-wire or ceiling fan pre-wire. Tons of space in here for your king size bed. And over here, you have your outlets on the wall with your Smurf tube so you can hide your cables, mount your TV, put a nice dresser there, put a nice dresser here, and then you have an Ethernet or a Cat 6 port up top and a coax port. Of course, you need window coverings, but you got a really nice view over here. Over here, you got the beautiful primary bathroom. Got a nicely upgraded, looks like a 12 by 24 tile, looks really good. Maybe slightly longer, but looks like a 12 by 24 tile in my opinion. Got a beautifully upgraded tub. I believe this is between $8,000 and $9,000 as an option. Looks really good. And then what I really like is they upgraded the countertops in the primary. So in my primary, I didn't upgrade to quartz, but I wish I did because it looks a lot cleaner. Really nice cabinet color choice. And then they also put in the vanity light pre-wires. Those are also an upgrade. You would think it'd be standard, but it's not. So there are quite a bit of upgrades in this home. Over here, got a beautifully upgraded shower. This also looks like a 12 by 24 tile. Looks really nice. And then they took it all the way to the ceiling. Got a frameless glass shower door. Over here is gonna be your toilet area, right at the entrance to the bathroom. Got another vanity, which is the same setup. Gonna be another linen closet, which is a really good size. And then you got a beautiful walk-in closet with tons of space. I really like that they utilize quite a bit more of the wall space. So if you do want to get a California closet, container store, put in some additional, closets or cabinets in your primary walk-in closet, you can, but like I said, at least you're utilizing a good amount of space here. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough of this move-in ready Kingham floor plan at the Harris Ranch community by Toll Brothers. This is a 5-bedroom, 4-bath home at $874,000 with a $40,000 incentive that you can use to take right off the price of the home for closing costs or even for an interest rate buy down or a combination of those options. And if you have any specific questions about this home or this community, please leave them down in the comments below and I would be happy to help. And if you're thinking about buying, selling, investing, or possibly relocating to Sparks, Nevada, I'd love to help. All my information is down below. And if you want to learn more about Reno, Sparks, or brand new construction in the area, check out some of my other videos.